Listen, if you've been feeling guilty about where you are in life, you've been overthinking about what you're doing and wondering why life isn't working out for you at this point in your life, that's understandable. There is going to be times where we will sit in our thoughts. We will reflect and go over the negative things, but forget to focus on the positive. Now this message today, it was brought to me when I was walking home, and I was just looking at my day, my journey, and I was like, wow, look at where I am. I feel fulfilled. That is amazing to say. Now, am I fulfilled in every area of my life? No, because as I've mentioned on this channel, I am resetting again. But the thing is, the decisions that I've made, the chances that I've taken, and the place that I am right now, I feel fulfilled. And I do know that there are a lot of other things that I need to work on, but I'm being patient with myself. So if you are sitting in your thoughts right now, if you're feeling away, this video is for you. I want you to just give me about 15 minutes to go over 3 things that I encourage you to think about, so that way you can get out of this state of mind of feeling horrible about where you are or not content, and focus and feel gratitude about where you are, because that's exactly what we need to do. Life has ebbs and flows. We know this, right? So the first thing I would say to you is, my audience, I target people in their 40s, educators and parents. The journey of being a parent is very rewarding. It comes with many challenges. It depends on if you are doing it with a partner or if you are doing it alone. And sometimes when you're doing it in either way, either capacity, it comes with challenges, because you are raising an individual that has the individual personality. Some children they're very bright, they're very articulate, they come and it's just like, wow, this is easy. And then there's other kids that come with various challenges. The fact of the matter is, the child is yours. And I urge you to look at the bright side of whatever it is that you're going through on your parent journey. Be thankful for your child. Be thankful for the journey. I'm not saying that you're not, but focus on the gratitude of having the child, having the opportunity to raise someone. Even though there may be financial challenges, there may be developmental challenges, there may be certain things that make you feel a little worried about what you're doing and how you're going through it. Listen, there's no one size fits all, and focus on this parenting journey. What you need to do is do your best. And anything that you don't know, you ask questions. You make sure that you tap into the resources that are available to you, so that way it makes it easier for you to continue on with your parenting journey. And know that as long as you are giving it your all and you're making certain sacrifices in the time that you need to, because we only have a window of opportunity to raise our children. And then they have become their own personalities and start making their own decisions for their life, which doesn't mean that we don't parent. But at the same time, it's the controlling and the not control. Well, yes, controlling certain controls and certain levels of guidance and certain things that we say does not necessarily, it's up to them, right? So you do what you can in the time that you have, and know that, you know what, sometimes the sacrifices that you're making, not going out, not experiencing this, not experiencing that, it's because you're focusing on your parenting journey. I did that. And I'm so happy that I did, because I have, at this point, a wonderful relationship with my son, which I don't look at that changing, because I want to continue to have that. But the thing is, I know that I had my time for fun. I had my time for exploring. I did whatever I did when I didn't have a kid. When I got my child, I still had some fun, but then I knew that I had to buckle down and parent. And that became my focus, and I made that my joy. I urge you to feel good in your parenting journey. Now, if you have someone in your life that's helping you parent and you're not getting the support that you need from that person, speak to them. Let them know how you feel. Be honest. Do not speak to other people about your feelings more than you speak to that individual. See if they can understand you from different points of views. Instead of speaking with anger, speak in a manner that just garners empathy. And if they're not empathetic, well, you can't control what others do. So you got to focus on what you got to do. That's when you got to drive hard on your part of the parenting process. That's all I can say about that. So appreciate that part of your life. If you're an educator, listen, you studied, you wanted to be in education. If you are feeling like you are getting drained and you're no longer interested in being an educator, or you're no longer interested in the current role that you're in and you want to explore something else, I urge you to look at it as I've contributed what I can to whoever I was able to. I am thankful for me having this opportunity to be this educator for so long, or however long it is. If you want to pivot, start looking into what that means. What do I need to pivot, right? Look at the people that you've helped. Think about the impact that you've given to others. Think about the things that you were told. If you're kind of stuck and you're not too sure where, because some people will tell you about yourself. They'll encourage you and make you feel like, wow, I didn't even know that I do that. Think about those things. And if that can help you come up with how to pivot in your career. But if you feel like education is where you are and where you need to be, then I urge you to keep going. Forget what's going on with your coworkers, what their feelings are, what's going on in the cafeteria, what people are saying. You're going to have some parents who may come across very aggressive and dominant. Sometimes they're bringing some of their past trauma in education to you. Sometimes they're bringing past trauma with other educators to you, and they are not sure about how to build the relationship. It is up to you to change that part of your journey. And the thing is, and you have to remember that sometimes we can't change people. I just said that. So in that part of the process, if you can't change how parents respond, how admin responds, how children respond, all you can do is show up, be yourself, and be the best that you can, if that's where you want to be. If you do not, exit stage left. So always appreciate where you are. Remember that you do not have to stay there. If you want to go, you leave. Now, if you are raising a child and it's not necessarily feasible to get up and just pivot, then what you do is you be patient and plan. Start to think about how you're going to have an exit strategy. What does that look like? What do I have to do? Maybe I have to sacrifice a few more years doing this, so that way by this time I'll be able to, right? We got to have gratitude. We got to think about the positive things that we've done in the roles that we have, whether it's parent or as educator, right? Another thing I want to think about is be kind to yourself. We need to be kind to ourselves, man. Sometimes we're just beating down on ourselves because of looking at what's going on over here, thinking about the decisions that you made in the past and how that decision, making that certain decision could have changed the direction on your life. And you know what I mean? A little bit of regret here and there that becomes regret, that becomes overthinking, that becomes so much negativity, that becomes just beating down on ourselves. And the thing is, life has no blueprint. Sometimes you will have guidance from people, from parents, from aunts, from uncles, from teachers. But the thing is, you still make a decision. It's a choice that you made. Be firm on the choices that you make, them with integrity, right? So if I've done something and I made a mistake, I hold me accountable to your mistakes. Think about why you made that decision. I recognize in my life that sometimes I'm very impulsive. I used to be very impulsive. So with that impulsivity, it created me just hopping, not knowing, right? I also look at the fact that when I was younger, I really didn't have too much guidance. Well, I had some, but I was really stubborn. So all of those things I acknowledge, I receive. But what I've done is I've recognized that every journey and every process that I've gone through has helped to build me up in some way. It's also taught me lessons to say, this I won't do again. This, even if you do it again, there's still a way around it. You know what? At the end of the day, this is who I am, and I am accepting me for who I am. I still have life. I still have energy. I am going to move forward and just keep going and keep letting life reveal what it is that I need to do, because I wasn't certain about my career, right? What I'm doing right now, I would have never ever thought I would have been doing this. But at the end of the day, I feel great. So sometimes you also have to look at some of the things that you did that you didn't think you were supposed to do. They may lead you into the thing that is the greatest fulfillment in your life. The never say never. I used to say I'd never do this, I'd never do that. Well, guess what? The nevers turned into the greatest feelings that I am experiencing in life. And I'm so excited about what more is to come, right? So I would tell you to refrain from beating yourself down from all of the things that happen. And why don't you take inventory to all of the lessons learned, all of the benefits, and how can that be taken into another area of your life and be built upon? That is where we need to be focusing on. Even if you're 40, 45, 47, going on to 50, you have life, you have opportunity. You know what? I know the economy, and I know that right now the climate of our world is very challenging, but that's why we got to stay in a positive mindset. It doesn't mean you don't listen to the news. It doesn't mean you don't take in other information that may have a little bit of scarcity in it, because sometimes that information is preparing you for the future, for what could happen. But at the same time, we don't need to live in all of that where it gets to the point where you're regretting your life, your path, your journey. No. At the end of the day, do you figure out what it is that you want? Look at the things that you've done. Make a list. I'm going to tell you, make a list of all the things that you've done that can be transferred into another area of your life that you're thinking of going to. And even if you don't know where you're going, make a list of all the positive things that you've done in your life, even if it was through hardship, all of the things that you've overcome. Just keep listing it. Build your confidence through the things and the challenges that you've overcome. Forget the regret. I can say that. It's easy for me to say that because I've worked on doing it, right? So I'm telling you to work on doing it. Maybe that means a little bit of isolation. Maybe that means less talking. Maybe that means, you know what, I need to actually speak out and say something to the people who have hurt me, who have offended me. This is what I need to do to get over that part of my life so I can move forward and stop beating up on myself, right? We need to stop that. You're going to have moments. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but at the end of the day, the message came to me to let you know, be kind to yourself, right? Parent, do your best at parenting. Work on yourself. Make the sacrifices that you need to, whether it's half an hour a day, 15 minutes a day. Fit it in. If it's something that you want, you can make time for. Speak to the people that you need to speak to. This may mean stepping out of your shell and having conversations that you're not used to having. And just know that, I don't know, this message, I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, be kind. When you're kind to yourself, it makes it easier for you to just keep going. But if you stay in that negative space, it just doesn't get any better. Like I said, this is an impromptu. I even came over here and I didn't book my room. I didn't do none of that. I'm telling you right now, this may look cute. It may look planned. I did dress accordingly because I knew I was going to record something. But to be honest, I didn't even know if I was going to get this. I got the space. I have this window of opportunity to speak to you. And I hope that anything that I said today will resonate with you in some capacity that will make you say, be kind to yourself. I've had people tell me that. I've seen it in reels on social media. People saying, be kind to yourself. And it's a message that came to me, and I'm saying it to you. And I want you just to keep going on your journey and never feel as if you don't deserve better, because you do. Just be patient and keep going. Now, I'm a woman who believes in God. I pray, I ask, I go outside, I walk. I use my time when there's no buildings, the sky is just at full access to me, and I speak things into the universe. I speak to God. That's how I speak to God, through seeing the clouds, the sky, watching the birds fly, whatever. And I just say what it is. This is my time in open space, and that's what I do. I don't know if you tried it. I would say try it. If you pray in your home, fine, whatever. If you don't pray at all, that's up to you. But I believe that having a word and just releasing it out. And it doesn't necessarily mean making a phone call to someone and saying this, because sometimes you're going to get feedback that will probably make you feel worse. Maybe sometimes make it that it's coddling you, whatever the case is, and that's not what you need. You just need to release and then take action. Get a book, start writing things down. I do not have any planners. So that's something that I plan to work on in the future, but not right now. Get a piece of paper, write the things down. You don't need to go buy planners. You don't need to go do all of these things to take action and start releasing the words and the thoughts that are in your mind, so that way you can leave room for what's to come. So thank you very much for your time. Look out for any new episodes that are coming out. I'm trying to use my time wisely and make long form content, so that way I can get my messages through and be here for you. So if you're not subscribed, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. What have you done to get over some of the thoughts that you've had in your life? Or if you're going through it, leave me a smile and let me know that's something that you're going to be working on in your life. My name is Natalie Walters, the founder of Reset with Nat. I am an educator and I am a coach, and I am available to you. You can reach me on www.resetwithnat.com. Have a blessed day.